Great round of applause. Without further ado, let's continue. I know the night is long right now. Xaura Global is of the establishment, all in the wellness sector, throughout the entire wellness sector and throughout all the transdermal sector. There's something that has been being heard very frequently. Now we would like to welcome to all the range of products and all the range of technology and use. Now we'd like to invite to the floor a very important name, and this is a very important part. We need to be listening to this part really well. It's not only about our country, but this is something that we'd like to share with the rest of the world. This is a product that can be used in every household, all the range of different products that will be shared in households. And now I'd like to invite to the Black Diamond leader, Özlem Aktekin, for her to share with us the range of products that will be used throughout the world. Thank you. I really am at a great point right now. And tonight, I'm really very much excited to be here in front of your presence here. I'm very much proud to be here in front of such a distinguished group of distinguished participants. In the network marketing world, there is this company that's actually shaking and shaping and remolding the already predetermined definitions. This will be this new change that will be introduced in the network marketing world, and this will be also a path for everyone else, every individual to have their dreams come true, and this will be touching the lives of many. That's why this was the launching, it's the birthday of this very special firm, Xaura Global. We'd like to welcome you all. I'm really excited to be here in front of your presence here, and such a special night for all of us, and to be standing here in front of you and on this stage. The board of directors and our leaders, if I may take the moment to thank you all. And tonight, throughout the entire world, and this probably will be bringing, it will be a milestone in the entire world, I'd like to mention about this range of products. And in fact, this is an international firm, the birthday of which we are celebrating, and this will be the first strides of the trade and commercial process of Xaura Global. And the most important component will be our range of products. We will be mentioning about this to you. And prior to that, if I may very briefly talk about myself, my name is Özlem Aktekin. And throughout around 25 years, I've been in the commercial and trade world. But this is classical. But other than this, in about 20 years, I've been also part of the herbal healing. And also, I have been working as an internal architect, interior designer for about 15 years. And then I have started and I have decided to become the part of network marketing of this world, and by means of closing every other interests of mine. And herbal healing and network marketing, throughout this, I wanted to bring it to a much more professional level, and I have been involved in herbal marketing. Now, I have stated that this will be a great day today, but the most important, crucial part of this is that we're going to touch the lives of many. As our firm was being established, the greatest vision and the greatest dream is to ensure that we human beings are carried towards a better future where they can enjoy a much elevated state of health. And this has been our dream. And especially throughout the entire world, this commercial activity and the trade activities globally, this it was much more important. It was really important for us as to what sector this would be. It's of wellness sector is what we call, and we're part of this, and this is of great interest to many individuals. And here, in about probably 40 to 50 years, right after the introduction of the packed and packaged food, wellness has become much more important because the packed food, there's this preservatives on the other coloring pieces and the other. This leads us to another nutritional exposure that is not quite natural, and it has started deteriorating the quality of our organs. This is why variety of difference, probably many different illnesses emerged, and we found ourselves battling and suffering from these unknown illnesses. This is why wellness sector has emerged. This is why we need it. And in this wellness sector right now, for instance, it's probably in comparison to the other sectors such as game or cinema or many other sectors, now it has become a much more and crucial one. This is why Xaura Global right now, this is why we're right in the middle of this. This is why we are standing right in the middle of health and wellness sector. This is why all trade activities that we take the steps of, we need to see, we always pay attention to how long, how much of a life term this sector will have. So, for instance, we decide, okay, I'll be part of the trade activities, but how long will this continue? This is why we want to base our trade activities on human being interests. This is why we're part of wellness sector. Right now, yes, why do we need human beings? Well, just as I have mentioned, all this unhealthy exposure to the food and packed food and deterioration of the organs, and we're exposed to a variety of different illnesses. All these take us to a much challenging path, and this is what we suffer from. Another reason is, unfortunately, in agriculture and animal husbandry, all different sectors that from which we gather and from which we have the nutritions, they all bring along with it some problems. For instance, to compare it to how it used to be back in 20 to 30 years, all these vegetables, we cannot get exactly the same level of nutrition as we used to do back in 20 to 30 years ago. Those fall insufficient. And it's quite simple, in fact. Our body needs to have the level of blood and oxygen need to, in fact, be at a certain level. And once we have the vitamin and once we have the crucial essential elements, then we can keep our health. The vitamins and the mineral values, if they are insufficient and if we fall short of replenishing these from the sources of nutrition, and if we this leads us to the deterioration of our organs and lack of oxygen as well. Let's take a look at the digestive system. The intestines now has turned into the most problematic area, and is including autism. It has turned into the root cause of the status of the intestine, and the absorption over there is so insufficient that it is now causing some illnesses. This is where the absorption needs to be at proper level, and all the additional food through once they are processed through the digestive system, it's through the intestines that's where the absorption, and this is where we expect to and hope to have the sufficient level of absorption of the nutrition. And all those, unfortunately, the gluten, including nutrition, it reduces down the absorption. For instance, those 33% or 5% absorption certainly fall short, and this leads to insufficient absorption. Pretty much like, remember, we are always in need of an extra road while we're driving, if it's a congestion, if there is a traffic jam. This is exactly why we need another injection system through which we need to ensure that there is this intestinal absorption. And this is why this directly absorbable to the blood system is because it's also absorbed by in the vitamin overall ecosystem. It has become a necessary, essential part. As we all know, health is the most and crucial part. We may have as much money as we please. The minute we suffer from health problems, nothing will be meaningful. This is why there's this medicine injection model becomes important in medicine, and especially starting of the second grade of the universities and their curriculum for the medicine faculty students are also taught about injection model. In fact, in the transdermal, the skin absorption, transdermal therapeutic system, there is this patches used on the skin. In fact, this has been mentioned and this has been also in use in the world and in our country as well. However, it's not as popular as it should be. But it's, for instance, there's this nicotine or the other ones. But these are all quite limited. In fact, this transdermal products, by means of increasing the mineral and vitamins or the herbal essence, these have been also increased. And these patches, these have become one of the most important products. And the most important part of the transdermal part is that there's this microcapsule. These are all absorbed, and through the tiny little veins, it's then carried to the blood, the veins. In fact, this is the most part of it. It's through the skin. So anything that's absorbed by the skin is carried to the bloodstream. In fact, this brings us to new horizons. This is why the most important part is that it's carried to the bloodstream, also without being part of the digestive system. The waste risk is also eliminated, and this is quite comfortable because there isn't any need for the meals, such as that it needs to be received just in certain meals. But most valuable part is that it sort of takes away the routine part of it, because it needs to be behaviorally established. For instance, I can continue my habit the first, second day, third day, but on the fourth day I may then forget. These transdermal patches, because it's now it does not require me to develop a certain habit, and the ingredients are also enriched. That's why the potential has increased. So the most valuable contribution, this transdermal patch. In fact, now I'd like to ask the question, and I try to explain why we need these patches. The intestine falls short of this absorption, but this transdermal patches also complete and contribute to that lacking part of the absorption. This is why Xaura Global in Turkey and in the entire world now is introducing a range of different products. This is why in the very beginning of this we have transdermal patches. As you have seen here, we have this transdermal patches, we have the beverages as well, cosmetic and beauty and personal care. These will be also introduced to you very soon. And transdermal products, transdermal therapeutic system is what we would like to also mention now. And now, if I may, maybe talk about this magnificent range of different products. The first product is X-Pain. What is needed by the human? You will see the ingredient, but there's this red Korean ginseng. Because it increases its energy, because it's under the soil, but the minute it's absorbed by the body, it increases the energy and it increases the oxygen flow and the flow of blood, that the organs are exposed to blood. So it also provides the infrastructure and prepares the improvement. And the other product is X Recovery, and what it has is tourmaline mineral in it, and the tourmaline mineral turns all the negative into positive. Right now, what we need is, as you know, 80% of our problems, challenges stem from us being negative. We always feel negative, and recovery here is sort of calming down, has impact to soothe, and all the other. It also turns negative into positive. Whatever is negative in our body is turned into positive. And the next product is X omega. In fact, I don't think there is anyone here or in the world that has not heard of omega. However, we need to take a look at how much percentage of omega is there. But we need to make sure that we have the EPA. We need to see krill oil. We need to make sure that it, thanks to the krill oil in itself, this X omega also has the best good resveratrol and astaxanthin. It makes this product into a unique one. Also, X, she and he, and these are patch format. And as we know, the estrogen level, the quality of the eggs, and as you know, the counter fighting against the menopause, counter menopause effect. XE, the quality of the sperm and the speed of the sperm. These are what these products also provide, providing the libido. So it is also functioning as an aphrodisiac. So for both products, we see this. It has, these are the most special patch format for the increasing the libido. X-night. And if we have a sleeping challenge or problem, if we suffer from insomnia, then it's probably because of the lack of required melatonin. Now we're giving an end to this, because thanks to the X-night, it not only soothes you, but also because it increases the level of melatonin, it allows us to uninterrupted sleep. Another product is, let's take a look at this, X-Cool, sorry. So we have this collagen molecule is X-Cool. It's starting from our hair, all the other components, and we are all covered by the collagen protein. And because collagen decreases as of the age of 28, this is why we suffer from the lack of lack of collagen. But there are these different types, type 1, type 2 collagens, and these are all triggered. And these are synthesized because of this triggering effect, and X-Cool increases the synthesis, and it also helps to the improvement of the quality of our skin, hair, and bone. And the other one is DK, because this is about the triggering of the emission of D vitamin, lack of D vitamin. Is held accountable for the inflammation, high cholesterol, depressive mood, and the pain in our muscle or the bone. If you are suffering from these, we need to take a look at the levels of the D vitamin. In the last term, for instance, we cannot have the D vitamin from the sun lately, and once we combine it with the vitamin K, this has actually been explained in the medicine world. This, if it is the supplements through oral supplements, fall short of absorption in comparison to the skin absorption. So this can have a tenfold effectiveness once it's a patch. So all our bones and all the central nerve system is now much more safe. And also the B12, and also starting with the B12, from B1 to B3, B6, B12. There's a membrane that covers our nerve. It's almost like remember, there's a plastic surface that covers some of the tables so that it prevents us hitting our bones or our foot to it. So these nerves are covered by these. So there's this. I'd like to mention about the most important part of this. And let's take a look at now the beverages. In fact, this will be speaking to your palate, so it will make you go, this is really nice. What is in this? So there are different, we know that we're all coffee drinkers, but the coffee that we drink, we should please us, but also bring us some health, but it also should be having the most important ingredients. So these three kinds of coffee brands here is not only very delicious, and it has this variety of different ingredients that are healthy ingredients in it. So there's this classic coffee. If you have this hard, there's a cafe latte, not the soft drinking, but for those soft drinkers, and because it also includes white chocolate, and we have the black coffee as well, and the other one is two in one, and we thought of this. We put all these coffee in the center of our lives, because what's important for us is to lead a very healthy life and to ensure that we can touch as many lives as possible. So that's why we wanted to combine these two, coffee latte and black coffee, into one. This is what the third one is, and this is the mission of Xaura Global, and thanks to God that we're under this roof, and that I'm standing in front of such a big family like yourselves, and we are now striding towards very special moments. Thank you so much for your very cordial presence here, and I'm very thankful to be part of this big family that has this vision, and I'm very much happy to be sharing this vision. Thank you so much.